I accidentally attended my own funeral, and the worst part wasn't that people were crying, it was that some of them were laughing. And one guy was asking if anyone wanted to buy my gaming chair at a slight discount, because the previous owner won't be needing it anymore. And that's when I realized two things. Number one, I was not actually dead. And number two, I seriously needed better friends. But how did I even get there? Sitting in the back row of my own funeral, eating biscuits meant for grieving relatives, while my uncle was giving a speech about how I lived a quiet, respectable life, which is a complete lie because this man has seen my search history. Let me explain, because this story only gets worse. So everything started on what should have been a normal day. You know, wake up late, ignore responsibilities, promise yourself you'll fix your life tomorrow, classic routine. But that morning was different. I woke up to 47 missed calls. Now usually, if I get 2 missed calls, I assume it's urgent. If I get 10, I assume someone's in trouble, but 47. That's the kind of number that makes you question whether you accidentally became famous overnight, or committed a crime in your sleep. And before I could even process it, my phone started ringing again. It was my cousin. Now this cousin only calls me for 2 reasons. Either he needs money, or something terrible has happened. So naturally, I picked up expecting the worst. And I was not disappointed. He goes, in the most serious voice possible. Bro, where are you? And I'm like, at home. Where else would I be at 9 a.m. like a responsible unemployed person? And then he says something that made absolutely no sense. Then whose funeral are we at? Now at this point, I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is a prank. Maybe they're filming one of those hidden camera shows where they test how long it takes before someone completely loses their sanity. So I laugh. Big mistake. Because my cousin does not laugh back. Instead, he goes silent, and then he says slowly. They're saying, it's yours. Now I don't know if you've ever heard that you're dead, while you're still very much alive. But it creates a very unique kind of panic. It's not normal panic, it's not even logical panic. It's the kind of panic where your brain just gives up and goes. Yeah, I don't know what's happening either. So I do the only sensible thing. I check if I'm alive. I look at my hands, I pinch myself, I even check my reflection like maybe I've turned into a ghost and no one told me. Still there. Still ugly. Still alive. So now I'm confused and offended. At this point, I had 2 options. Option 1. Stay home and pretend none of this is happening. Option 2. Go to the funeral of myself and figure out why people have decided I no longer exist. Naturally, I chose option 2. Because if people are going to cry over me, I at least want to see it. So I get ready in the fastest time in human history, which is impressive considering I usually take 40 minutes just to decide what not to wear. And as I'm leaving the house, my neighbor looks at me, pauses, and then just slowly closes his door. No greeting. No questions. Just pure fear. That's when I realized, this rumor has spread. I am officially dead in the neighborhood. I finally reach the funeral, and let me tell you. Seeing your own photo, with a black ribbon, surrounded by flowers, is not something you can emotionally prepare for. And the worst part, they chose a bad picture. Out of all the photos in existence, they picked the one where I look like I just lost an argument with life. So I sneak in quietly, sit in the back, and just observe. And what I see changes me forever. First, my best friend is crying. But not like normal crying. This man is crying. Dramatically, like he's auditioning for an award. At one point I swear he checked if people were watching him before crying louder. Then there's my uncle, giving a speech about how I was disciplined. Sir, I once ate cake for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What are you talking about? And then, the ultimate betrayal. Someone opens a discussion about my belongings. Right there. At my funeral. One guy says, I think he would have wanted me to have his headphones. Another guy goes, no, he promised me his chair. Bro, I promised nothing. I was alive yesterday. At this point, I've had enough. I stand up, walk slowly to the front, and say, in the calmest voice possible, excuse me, but I think there's been a mistake. The entire room freezes. My best friend stops crying mid-tear. My uncle drops his speech paper. And someone in the back actually faints. And then, chaos. People screaming, running, one guy shouting, he has returned. Like I just completed a side quest in a video game. So what actually happened? Turns out, someone with the same name as me, from a nearby area, had passed away. And somehow, through the magic of misinformation, bad communication, and one very dramatic relative, I got declared dead. And honestly, I learned something important that day. If you ever want to know what people really think about you, just fake your death. But maybe, warn them first. Because attending your own funeral is funny until someone tries to sell your stuff. So yeah, I came back from the dead. Now the least you can do is bring this channel back to life. Hit subscribe before someone else attends your funeral instead. Pav, you go to your own funeral and regret everything.